mean, if Jordan's work?
No, I was actually going to say, I mean, one of the tricks we did, we don't have time to generate and create a whole terrain by ourselves. So we did a bit of a shortcut and used 3 real-world terrains as a basis, then used an equalizer to merge them together. To be exact, the areas we used was the Mississippi River outside, or the Missouri River outside of Kansas City. We used Boston itself, and we used Portsmouth, New Hampshire, all merged together to make our map. These are actually the different zones that we've got ready. It's just a height map with the border showing where it is. This, for instance, is Liberty Harbor.
And parts of Ironport.
And parts of Ironport down here, parts of Lotus Hills down here. Just by doing that, we can create the terrain a lot faster. And using some tricks that Unreal's came up with, well, it's going to be easy to put the actual materials onto the terrain. Each terrain piece is these little squares are 80 meter squares. So it's a pretty good sized zone. We actually tried several different scales before settling on this. They were 200 meter squares. Then we realized this thing ended up being, I think it was like 2.5 times longer than Independence Fort. And then we're like, oh my God, we cannot do that. This is actually the single largest zone. That's why I went right to it.
No, is this the starter zone?
It's one of the zones we're starting with.
The starter zone is north of that, on the other side of the bay.
The actual starter zone?
Alexandria, there it is.
Nice.
In the real world Boston, this would be Logan Airport.
Yeah. It's actually one of the few areas that ended up almost perfectly copied over. The black areas are areas that we're looking to expand, kind of fill in, do a little terrain mapping. For the most part, this is it.
So we're moving to Boston?
Effectively, yeah. Over here's the nerd.
Yeah, we moved.
Yeah. A little bit more attitude, a little less beans. I lived on Rhode Island. But if you look in the card, it's actually a view from out here looking at Alexandria. We have a place already on our example terrain map, but we actually use that to come up and draw the picture for the card. So the nice little lobster claw, as you call it, the phoenix with the arm beans up, is actually a lighthouse located right here, just offshore, so everybody's going to be able to see it.
Keep that in mind, there may or may not be a plaque there.
Maybe, don't know.
Not saying there is, just saying there might be.
The new city hall is located right around here. On our thing, you see something, everybody's like, that's the Twin Towers. No, it's not. It's actually one big-ass building with a seam in the middle. Oh, and that's located right around here. It's good, you know, it has elevators running up the middle, so it looks like it's a seam. Over here are future expansion areas. Actually, right up here is one of my favorite future expansion areas called SY. It's an artificial island. Corporation wanted a mobile headquarters, and that's where it's anchored.
I take it that's going to be a raid area.
Actually, I'm the one who proposed the island.
There may
I
or
will
may
blame
not
you.
be something on that island. We're not saying.
Although up here is actually, it's not on the map, unfortunately, I don't have a map for it, is the prison. The prison on the map is a little island that's less than 80 meters square. Doesn't make sense. The entire prison is underwater. So that's going to be fun.